All right. Hopefully this freaking works. Hello. Hopefully the sound's working now. If you're in the chat, if you could let me know if the sound's working, that would be great. Since I'm having problems with it. Yeah, I'm watching the 55. So I'm standing in front of it. That's good. The sound's working because that was getting a little frustrating. So classic car guy. I'm gonna do some little bit of welding. Hopefully, I'm cleaning my metal first though. Since this is not for me, it's for a friend, so I gotta make sure it's nice and pretty. But I did bring something for you. I made sure to get my claw hammer out just for you. Watching sparks ricochet off the paint. Yeah, not the 55. This way. So eighteen people in here, smash that button, subscribe, don't be scared, and feel free, you might learn something. Yeah, exactly what Classic Car Guy said. And you make sure you follow him and Jimmy James Garage and Tulu TV and all of them. Yep. Make sure to get that oil for me if you do go by the car store. 2050 oil and white vinegar. Yep. The pest has arrived. Wait, Mike's here? I don't know why my mask keeps on darkening. There you go. Oh yeah, I'm welding. So I wouldn't say that's a super great penetrated weld, but it looks nice. So I need to turn up the heat a little bit more. Let's see. We'll try that setting right there. Yeah. The nice thing is this really is I know undercut's bad, but like I always try to tell people, is the undercut gonna make it break? Like you're not welding the building. I'm just welding this real quick for a basically a mount for my friend for a shear. So you just gotta have it on something he can mount it and then just shear the metal with. It's not super structural. I also brought out my claw hammer, in honor of the claw hammer from earlier today. That one sounded like it had a little bit of penetration. So I am just kind of playing around with it right now. One of my buddies, who's I would say is probably the best fabricator and welder I know. He's been telling me to do a lot of pulling, to get those big beautiful arc or big old beautiful dimes. Um, I usually weld like this straight ahead or like slightly curved one way. So I'm just kind of going out of my comfort zone, just kind of practice on stuff that, like I said, whatever I do, it's gonna hold. It'll be good enough. It's not like I'm building it for somebody else. I'm kind of just doing this as a quick little thing for my buddy. So he'll be happy with it as long as it holds. Oh, hell is wrong with this thing? I think my sensitivity got changed. Yeah, there it goes. I laughed. I did a video just making a joke uh from this comedian online. He call himself Dimes Dom, and I did a downhill weld with MIG because I can't do uphill. Uphill it just looks like garbage, and at least with downhill it's penetrating, it's gonna work. But I laughed at how many internet experts came out there to tell me how bad my welds were. And then I go on their page and look at their stuff. It's like, ooh, you're not very good at the welding. Maybe you should do some more of the learning before you're preaching it. Hey Tulu, look at oh wait, that's my 5.3 and my camera holder. Welding Tips and Tricks is a good channel too. Jody is nuclear welder that shares everything. That's pretty cool. I'll have to check them out. So if you don't know Jimmy James Garage, that's his 55 Chevy, his 56 Pontiac Safari he just got, and then his donor car right here with the 6.0. But with my day job, I found this car about 4 or 5 years ago, and he just picked that up. 52 Chevy Deluxe. And then my Buick. That's what the 5.3 is going in, is that Buick out there. We're Chevy guys here, kind of, but we appreciate all cars. Oh yeah, the best cars are all the cars. Let's see. And I don't know if you guys can tell, but I'm a Harbor Freight guy. I definitely like me some Harbor Freight. You have a 57 Fairline? I'm trying to think what that looks like in my head. I know what it is. I just can't off the top of my head picture it. Is that basically Ford's 55 Chevy, 57 Chevy? I would love to see the 50. Yeah, Dad, put your email in there. Have him email a photo of it to you. Oh, that sounds pretty cool. Kind of like a hard top almost, with no B pillar, right? He needs to be driven a little bit more, it sounds like. Two door, four windows, but wide open. Oh, that's cool. She's fair weather gal. My girls will never let me sell her. She's old Sally. We've had her a lot of memories taking her ice cream. That's a pretty cool car to have. Um, I told my dad he could never sell his 56 wagon, but then, he sold his 56 wagon, but he got a different 56 wagon, so it all works out. He went from 56 handyman to 56 Safari, and he got a 52 Deluxe at the same time. Only thing I did to her. Yeah, seatbelts are pretty important to have when you have kids in the car. I need to put some seatbelts in the rear of the Buick. Don't I have my nieces and nephews? Yeah, I bet that's a pretty sweet little ride. Or it might be big. I don't know if the Fairlanes are big or not, but big girl. I want to say, I think we measured my Buick. I think my Buick's longer than that. It's crazy because we put the Buick next to the wagon and stuff. You think it would be small? It is definitely not small. No, there's probably big old bumpers on it that stick way out. Uh, oh, you have T-Bird? T-Birds are pretty cool. I'm surprised T-Birds aren't more popular, to be honest. They're cool cars. They're actually pretty affordable to get one. What's the daily cars? Are you daily in hot rods? Oh, that's cool. I didn't realize they made retro models of the T-Birds. Holla, I can't pronounce that, but holla. Oh, that sounds freaking awesome to have a shop like that. That's my goal one day is have a big old shop with more tools and I need. What do you guys make as like a standard stuff at your shop? There's seven of us that work in the shop. Field is needed. All custom, mostly stainless. Stainless is cool. I have not. I've done just a hair of stainless, but I would never go like, oh, I could weld stainless. I know how to weld it. Melting or doing stainless is like melting butter. I just know on stainless you got to be careful because you don't want to get it too hot because then it ruins the stainless properties of it. Correct? If they watched it in her pastimes, okay. My youngest daughter loves the weld. She's happened to be a brain surgeon. I'm not kidding you. That's crazy. I know women are actually can be often a way better welder because they have much steadier hand than us men. But what kind of car does she have? Or is she just gonna take your cars? I mean, who wouldn't want to race the Shelby? I'm not a Ford guy, but I would like to race the Shelby if I had a Shelby to race. Where's Pocono? The CTSVs are fast. Those are no joke. This is way overkill what I'm building, but I have this metal laying around. It's been laying around for a long time. As you can see, it's nice and rusty. It has weight to it, and that's what I want for this, a little bit of weight. Watch those. Oh, the Porsche. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of Porsches. They're nice. They're fast. They're just not for me. Is the Pocono pretty big in Pennsylvania? On the field 8 cut with a worm drive saw and a speed square. Yeah, I get the speed square would make it. Yeah, I don't know what a worm drive saw is. Yeah, the only problem about this is I'm not impressed with how straight the cuts are. They're pretty. It does like this. Like I said, I'm just building this inexpensively for him, quick and cheap. So it doesn't have to be precision. He just wants something that's gonna work for him. Why he builds his new trailer. Uh, oh yeah, I've seen those. I want to get one of those. Those things look so nice. Yeah, the evolution. I always see the advertisements for evolution. Um, yeah, there's a different couple kinds I've seen, but the problem about these bandsaws is, as you can see, it's not super straight. Like I said, it's gonna work for what I'm doing, but that's my only problem with the bandsaws. They wander. But like I said, this isn't a super structural thing. I'll just weld in the gap. It just needs to be heavy and durable. Yeah, so right now I have mine set to, because I was trying to mess around with it. Um, but right now I'm at 17.1 and 176. I was thinking about going up a little bit with the heat, get a little more penetration. A roto brush for the holes. I gotta look up some of this stuff. Screenshot that. Yeah, I like it. It got me started into the welding. I had a little, I mean, I had a little tiny Lincoln I did, but actually into doing stuff for people. And then I decided to go with Ranger for my mobile stuff. Slowly working it up. Like I said, the welding's not my main business; it's a side business. Trying to make it into a main business. That's the nice thing about YouTube. I get to come on here, do a little bit more welding, learn from people that you know are experts in the craft. I'll have to check them out. So let's try this amperage. Yeah, once I get this little project done, I'm gonna clean and reorganize my truck. Join AWS, less than 100 a year, good resource for tools and information. I'll have to check that out. Screenshot that for later. Try that. American Mom Sweat. Everyone helps it, man. I have a Miller 350P MIG. She's sweet. Yeah, I wish I would have just done a straight MIG because I didn't know at the time that the multimatics would be, there'd be sacrifice. Um, I like MIG. I really like TIG. My only problem with TIG, it's just so slow. Um, Stick, I can do it. I'm good at it. It frustrates me. I don't like doing it as much. I just hate when it sticks. When you try to, and it re-sticks, and it just, yeah. Um, my favorites, I would say, is MIG because it's fast, it's efficient, it's clean. Problem is, you go outside, you can't MIG. You run out of gas, you can't MIG. There's a lot more to it. Or stick, you can weld anywhere and anything. Um, Stick's messier, but a TIG is so nice. It just, like I said, it's so slow. That's the only problem. I have not tried those. Um, I would say I'm learning with my fabrication welding. I'm self-taught for the most part. I took like a little weekend class. They kind of showed us it. It wasn't really much teaching. I was like, hey, grab that piece of metal and weld together. And then you walk out, he goes, okay, that doesn't look right. Try something else. Turn the heat up and move faster. Yeah. I usually run it a little hotter. My welds are usually they almost have the V shape into it on the MIG because I have the heat up. I'm trying to get it to look prettier and get more of the dime look. Because everybody wants the dimes. They don't care about how strong it is. Sometimes it seems like, but the only problem is I'll get a little bit more undercut when I have it hotter. There's Jimmy James Garage. Make sure to subscribe to him. He just hit 1,000 subscribers the other day, so he became a real influencer now. Yeah. So, yep. I got it. That's yeah. You got the HHR. All right. Yeah, I didn't really learn in class. There was not much learning there. It was just kind of committing to it. I'm almost done. But you see what I'm building now? A little platform he can stand on it. I'm gonna put a little brace right here, and then he has this little handle on it. 2 feet. He said he wanted 2 feet. Yeah, that's what I thought. But that way he could stand on it and grab the thing and shear it, I guess. So he's not overhead trying to shear it. Yeah. He said 2 feet the other day, and it's for him. Yeah. This it just bolts down. I guess he just puts them like this and shears it. Bar stock for horseshoes. That's softer metal. I don't know how it works. It doesn't. I just don't know how that would shear it. I feel like I just twist it. But he says it works. I'm just building basically a mount for him so he can have it bound to something. So yeah. But no, they can't hear you at all. Jimmy James says bye. So biggest problem TIG is heat is too low. You hang too long. Tacking up, turn it to the max and slam the pedal. Max it out. Stacks speed taxed. Yeah, that's the one thing that I just feel like TIG is not as strong as MIG or stick because I don't think people get as much penetration. They say it's strong, but you're definitely right. They definitely do not turn up the heat on it. A lot of the guys. Hmm. I don't know what happened there. It stumbled. 1 amp per thousandths, drop 10% for steel. TIG is really a perfect weld. Make sure everything is clean. Oh yeah, well, TIG, you have to be everything has to be perfect, clean. The windows got to be clean in the background. I did a little bit of aluminum TIG welding uh, at a boat shop because they had like the class there, and it was fun. It was my favorite thing to do. Yeah, this is definitely a 60-10 job or a lot of grinding and cleaning. So there was a lower setting. I kind of wandered a little bit, and then there's hotter heat. It definitely undercut right there. But that was 20.2 at 209. It's 2% lanthanate. Is that the red one? Like I said, I'm not big on the all the knowledge yet. Still learning. There's so much stuff. It blows my mind on how many different things there are for welding and information there is. And then you get to aluminum and you have 60,000 different styles of aluminum. And uphill wasn't too bad. Yeah, I bought some red one. I have not used it. I need to get into the tigging. I like the tigging a lot. They say the red one's radioactive, I guess. Okay. And then isn't gray a pretty uh versatile one too? It's pure tungsten lanthanide. It's a good all around one. Limits what you buy. I need to adjust some stuff that doesn't sound very good. Let's see. Three 30 seconds or 1 inch, 1/8 of heavy aluminum. Because you said you mostly do just stainless steel. Do you guys do much aluminum at your shop at all, or is that a pretty rare day? Yeah, I just don't like going uphill. Follow up the tungsten or switched. Yeah, so this one's AC/DC. It will not ball the fucking tungsten to save its life. I cannot get it to ball the tungsten like I did at the boat shop that I did it at. So I just don't know why or what. That's the only problem about that's the only problem about multimatic tools, I would say, like this that do every function. They're gonna lack in certain ones. Yeah, aluminum's AC because this is AC/DC. So it does TIG stainless, TIG steel, and TIG aluminum, and that does stick and MIG, and it does it can do spool gun aluminum. So you can do real heavy aluminum DC, really heavy. I didn't know that. I thought you could only do aluminum with AC. I'm giving all my welding info. Okay, that's good to know. I would have never guessed that you could do any of the aluminum with the DC. Yeah, I really want to have a shop where I could do like actual fabrication in a shop. Like I'm right now, this is my dad's shop I'm using, but that would be a dream to be able to do like TIG, beautiful welds every day. What really I think is cool is it's not for me. I can't do it. There's people that make sculptures out of the metal and they take pieces of sheet metal, they weld it, you know, take thick metal, and they just like I saw one they made Donald Trump the other day. I thought that was pretty wild. Some girl I follow on Instagram. That's what you're saying. So it's 8.5 ton sculpture. So that thing was like 16,500 pounds. It's a lot of metal. What was a sculpture of? Is it? That's crazy that they would go all the way to Pennsylvania to get a sculpture made for LA. You think that? Okay, you think they'd have someone closer that could, you know, do it, but apparently they wanted the best. Oh yeah, not 500 pounds, 17. Yeah, because tons 2,000 pounds. Do I need? I don't think I'm gonna need a second bar. I'll weld that in if you had a problem with it. I'm gonna leave it like that. 'Cause that's you'd definitely have to pry on that pretty hard to get it to have an issue. I will check that out, get a little screenshot so I can look them up later because I will forget. Yeah, that makes sense. He wants to get the be able to share what he purchased and had done first. I get it. I just don't know what route I want to go. If I want to go more prettier welds or just burn them in hot and look okay. I mean, they look fine, but they don't have that beautiful big old dime on them. Was he always in the shop hugging you while you're trying to weld? Hey, those are the best ones, the best people to know. No, they definitely don't make people as good as they used to make them. I don't think there's many other people chiming in. They're all trying to learn the same knowledge that you're giving me. Yeah, I'm trying to get my watch hours up and try to get to 1,000 subscribers. Um, my dad did it pretty quickly. I mean, shit, I think a month or two in, and he got to it. So that's the plan. I gotta pull my torches out and start chopping this up for him soon. Since he sold the rear end out of it, I gotta finish gutting my Yukon out there. If it's gonna focus. Ugh. I'm definitely excited to start getting this thing going right here. Yeah, I saw that you're getting pretty close. Do you have the watch hours? Yeah, it's kind of hard for you with the work if it's all private stuff. You can't share it. This came out pretty good. I got to get these coil packs off to clean it. I did catch the dipstick when I was pulling it. Nice. Oh, speaking of metal art, um, I have one of them right here. Just a table I built for a friend. But little rose. This is actually the first one I ever made. Yeah, I want to get it because I think it'd be cool because it could help allow me to get more stuff, to do more content, cars, more welding stuff. Because if I could have YouTube pay for it, I could do a lot more cool stuff and you know not have to work and kill cows for a living. But I've done a few of these roses where I'll take a big old flat piece of like I think it's 1/8 inch I've used. It might have been 3/16 flat piece of steel that I just ground it down, got it all nice and shiny metal, and hit the torch with it and colored it. Stuck the roses in, and wrapped them around each other. But oh, that's cool. Yeah, this hand snipped with tins. Not fun. Very sore arms. Yeah, I need to learn more about the DX files and all that stuff because it would make my life a lot easier to just go design some stuff and then have the shop cut it out. Because right now everything I do is with grinder and an angle grinder. And sometimes I'll use a torch if it's thick stuff, but torches are so messy versus a plasma cutter or a CNC machine. Yeah, I need to put an email on my account so you can email me stuff. But I think my buddy will be happy with this. Like I said, he doesn't need a piece of art. He doesn't need something crazy beautiful. He just needs something that's gonna work for him. His is actually made my bride 11 roses because I'm a cheap. Hey, that's a pretty good way. And anybody that has not made a rose before, they're not cheap to make. They're especially if you do it by hand and cut it out. It takes me an hour and a half to build that rose. Sometimes a little less, but there's no cheapness about that. That is straight love if you made her 11 roses. I laugh. I get some people like, "Oh, I can have you make a dozen roses." I'm like, "I'm gonna charge a lot." They're like, "Well, it's only a couple roses." I'm like, "Yeah, how long it takes? It'd be like 11 hours worth of work." But my buddy is that I built that for is Caleb Erickson. He's on YouTube. This Caleb Erickson, the Dying Breed or Three Crosses Farrier. I can't remember exactly what his name is on there, but it's definitely the Dying Breed. Uh, and he does horseshoeing and stuff. He's actually got a very nice channel he's built up. Yeah, my dad always refers to my mom as his bride as well, or his cameraman lately. Well, I don't have much else that's gonna be going on now. I'm gonna basically pull my truck, all the interior out of, not interior, but all the innards out of it. That way I can organize all my welding leads, all my stuff, because I run two mobile businesses out of my truck. So everything gets kind of jumbled in there, whether it's slaughtering or welding. 7 children. Hey, you guys definitely like each other. Oh, here's the this. So at some point they had an issue with their water neck. They said, why would I buy $100 water pump? Water pumps only last about 100,000 miles anyways. Let's just JB weld it back together and hope nothing else breaks on it. Some people should not be allowed to work on cars. I get it, JB weld it, you got to get home, but should have fixed it eventually. I also did laugh on that Yukon out there. Um, so I'm looking at the car and the guy showing us, and I'm like, hey, the master cylinder looks a little low, the reservoir. He goes, oh, yeah, it's losing brake fluid somewhere. He goes, "I drove, it's fine, it stops." I look underneath the passenger rear, and the rotor is to the fins. It no longer has the flat surface anymore, so the fins. And then the other day I'm looking at it, I'm like, that brake line is disconnected with the hose clamp holding it tight. And he's like, yeah, when I went to go buy, he's like, you could drive it, check it out. I'm like, I'm good. I just need to know if the engine runs, or I don't really care how well this pile of shit runs, because the engine's coming out and going to my car. I don't care if it's got nice suspension underneath that car or whatever it is. Well, no problem, Rich. I'm probably going to be getting off here in a minute. Um, I thanks for all the information, advice. I screenshotted a lot of it so I could go look it up later. I always appreciate people that are a wealth of knowledge and willing to share it. I know some people get all butthurt when people want to help them out, but I like advice because all it does is make me better. So, on that note, I think it's time to get off and send my buddy a picture of this, make sure he likes it how it is, and I don't need to make any more adjustments to it. So, bye. Make sure you guys like, subscribe. Also, Rich GT, check out his channel. Tulu TV, Classic Car Guy, Jimmy James Garage. There's a lot of them on there. All good people. So, have a great day.